Hello. How we doing? It's a little bit too early for this. They needed to win this game. And I'll kind of go into detail. But how's everybody doing on this Sunday? Why does it say sign into chat? How would I be streaming to YouTube if I'm not signed in? Streamlabs. You went to the game? The crowd was crazy. Grizz need game 2. They do. They need it today, to be honest. So, do that, and then let me go ahead and it's right here. All right. Oh yeah. So this was, man, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. This was one of the worst officiated sports games that I have ever watched in my entire 22 years. This is up there. It might even be the worst. That was absolutely ridiculous. Jordan Poole got ripped for most improved. We might touch on that a little bit later, but I think that people already know that. But yeah. You have Stephen Curry shooting 8 for 20, which isn't great. But then you have Jordan Poole. I kind of figured that this would, or something like this would happen, because they would be spending all their attention and or their time guarding Steph. Because they did trap him quite a lot in the first half on pick and rolls, like especially when they started running the Steph Curry and Gary Payton pick and rolls with GP2 as the roll man. They were trapping Steph on almost every single one. So let's talk about the Memphis Grizzlies first. So you made 43% of your shots. You hit 16 threes, shot 40%. You took 24 free throws, made 18 of them. You grabbed 47 rebounds, 16 offensive rebounds. You had 6 blocks, and you had 11 steals. You scored 116 points, and you lost. Now, this was just Golden State kind of showing that they are not the Minnesota Timberwolves. Del Curry was sitting in the normal seats down by the court. Oh, you got a picture with him? That's cool. That's cool. All right, so you have, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so you have all of that going for you and you still lost. And then you have the fact that Draymond Green got ejected in the first half on possibly one of the craziest calls that I've ever seen in my entire life. I actually told chat on Twitch when we were watching the game, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a flagrant 2 just because it's Draymond Green. And they called a flagrant 2. And then something happened which I didn't anticipate, was that everybody agreed that that was an absolutely atrocious call. Even people that hate Draymond Green, even people who just work in the media, like ESPN writers, were saying that that call was bad for basketball. You had soccer players saying that that was a bad call. You had swimmers saying that that was a bad call. I've never seen, like, I'm on NBA Twitter all the time. I've never seen that many people so unified on a call involving anybody, especially not Draymond Green. Why does it say 24 minutes and 60 seconds? That's weird. But in addition to that, you also have Steph Curry in foul trouble the entire game. He had, I think, 5 fouls. Yeah, he had 5 fouls. You had Klay Thompson in foul trouble in the first half. You had Andrew Wiggins, or no, it was Gary Payton in foul trouble in the first half. And you were still only up by 5 points. That's when I kind of knew that, okay, we might actually have a chance here. Even though we don't have a Draymond Green, we might have a chance because all of this is like going wrong and we're still within 2 possessions. Because we weren't even playing that well up until that point anyway. We had a lot of turnovers. I think Draymond Green had 5 turnovers in his 17 minutes just because he was trying to force passes that weren't really there. We let them get out in transition a lot in the first half, which is something that you absolutely do not do with Memphis. They even had Steve Javy asking questions, say it was a flagrant one. Yeah. You had this. Jaren Jackson had 33 points. He hit 6 threes, grabbed 10 rebounds, and the game was still close. I think they were even down while Jaren Jackson had 30. They were still down going into the fourth quarter. That was a good call. Y'all just biased. Oh yeah, that's why the entire planet disagreed with it. Yeah, they were just awful in general. Yeah, that's why the entire planet disagreed with it. So if everybody agrees and you don't, then who's the biased one in that situation? I think that's the question you should be asking yourself. So I'm not sure what I can click to see how they were playing Steph to start the game. So they did start trapping the pick and roll right away. This is Steph and Draymond. I mean, they tried, but Draymond set a really good screen on Dylan Brooks. What size are your Y? I'm 10.5, but I don't know what I don't know what where you're going with that question. So there's another trap. They like I said before, they ran Steph and GP2 pick and rolls a lot to start the game, and they kept trapping Steph on this. They're like, Dylan Brooks and Ja Morant are like way above the 3-point line, and they're just leaving Gary Payton and letting him do whatever he wants. I don't know if that was covered or not by the screen or by the camera. No, it wasn't. Okay. So that happened. I don't even know what this was. I think this was just Memphis falling asleep. Because who is that? Is that D'Anthony Melton? Yeah, that's just a simple cut. You got winning the championship, the Golden State Warriors. And then, damn, he only had, I think, 5 assists or something like that. I mean, they're still kind of playing him weird. What is the spacing, by the way? Andrew Wiggins is just alone in the corner. GB2 is in the paint. And then Looney is all the way out here. Because how did this play start? Okay, Kevon was just slow off the court. I think he was preparing for like a handoff or something, because that's sometimes, or they do that sometimes. Wings is so frustrating. Yeah, like you're not gonna win. This isn't the play-in. Memphis needs to realize two things right away. This isn't the play-in, and this isn't Minnesota. Because y'all do this with every team that loses game 1 at home. Do you know who the Golden State Warriors are? It's not just because they lost game 1. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, this isn't Minnesota, and this isn't the play-in. This is not Kent Bazemore. This is Jordan Poole. This is not Michael Mulder. So you can't be triple teaming Steph on the pick and rolls. And that was it for assists. Now, I wanted to... I don't even know what I want to look at right now. I feel like we should look at some of these rebounds, because this was another thing that a lot of people were worried about, was the rebounds. Jaren Jackson has 6 offensive rebounds. He had more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. Brandon Clark had 3, which all came in like the same play, it seemed like.
He's had a terrific season when he was healthy. Morant flips it up, shot no good. Clark's tip misses. And Curry comes out of the pack.
Okay, that counts as a rebound, I guess, because it's a tip. Like Brendan Clark is like Brendan Clark is like the second coming of Dennis Rodman in this game.
Morant gets it back. Looney right there. Jackson's going to try again. Too strong. Brandon Clark grabs another. Jackson a 3. That's good.
Third quarter, Jaren Jackson. So another X factor was this. Ja Morant took 31 shots today and made 14 of them. Now, that's not a terrible percentage, but what really stuck out was this, is that he was making his 3-pointers. For some reason, Ja Morant always just makes his 3-pointers against us. I want to see every shot that he took, even though it's a lot. They're letting him shoot, obviously, because you let Ja Morant shoot and you don't let him get downhill. So Draymond had a little bit of like Draymond had a little bit more commitment on this than on the first 3. Biggest X factors with the refs. And I let him see. That was the thing that I kept saying during the game, was just let him shoot. If he makes them, he makes them. Yeah, he took 31 shots. That layup was crazy. Okay, this is the same thing. And then, oh my god, Draymond's passes were so lazy in the first half. That's kind of what our problem was just turning the ball over and letting them get out in transition, because that's something that you just don't do with this team. I don't know what that was. I think he was... Okay, he took off at the free throw line. This was definitely gonna be a pass, but then he realized that Draymond has that Draymond has that covered, and so Draymond just left him and forced him to take a hard layup. Cause this looks like he is like setting up to dump the pass off, but he can't, so he's forced to take the layup in the first half. Like Green played this. See, Draymond is just letting him shoot. Like, you live with this. If he makes this, all right. Make the next one then. That shot was crazy. I don't even know how this is possible. I mean, it's not legal, but we'll let it rock. This is why you don't jump when passing, exactly. I mean, for someone like Ja Morant, that doesn't really apply because he can just stay in the air for like 40 minutes. So now they have Kevon Looney as the dude that picks him up off the pick and roll. In the first round, it was mainly Cat that was in this spot, and that worked out extremely well for them on pick and rolls because that's how Ja usually gets downhill. So if you put a big, especially a mobile big, I mean, not that Kevon Looney is as mobile as Cat, but if you put a mobile big on the drop, then you fare a much better chance against someone like Ja Morant. Now he's forced to take a floater, you know, a tougher shot than one that's at the rim. And that's gonna be the key, is just keeping Ja Morant out of the paint so that he doesn't do that. I mean, that was still good defense by Kevon Looney, though. He just wasn't fast enough. Like I said, keep shooting. He was alright defensively, but not as assertive as he could have been. Yeah. And then we put Kuminga, which I thought was great for, especially for this matchup. They had the nerve to complain about the officiating. Wait, this just went backwards. The last play was at 2 minutes. Now this is at 3.5 minutes. You want him to be assertive? Because then he thinks he's Kobe. I mean, no, he's talking about Kevon Looney being more assertive. Has 5-hour airtime, so it doesn't really apply to him. I mean, even then, like, basic fundamentals just tells you that. I don't know if this was. I think that was just good defense. I think that was just a bad pass. That was a good block. And that was a good lob. Nah, that's all good. What was this? Oh boy. This was PTSD. This was this was the exact same play that this was the exact same floater that he hit with like a minute left in the play-in. Except it was over, I think, JTA instead of Jonathan Kuminga. Yeah, he can't guard you. Congratulations. You know who can guard you, though? We'll get to that. Now, see, like, they're forcing him to shoot. Like, they're living with him shooting. Like, Kevon Looney is in the paint on a Ja Morant pick and roll that's above the three-point line. Clay goes under. They're forcing him to shoot. Like, what they're doing right now, they're all just loading up on him. Like, Andrew Wiggins is ready to help. Jordan Poole is ready to help. I mean, I wouldn't help off of Desmond Bane, though, so maybe just stepping in. Yeah, he's still, like, trying to cut off the pass. Look, he thought we were going to lose when Draymond got ejected. Yeah. He said that to a rookie. So he did make that one. That was his third one. They're playing drop again and going under the screens. Yeah, Wiggins and Steph are just like, yeah, okay, shoot. And that's why. Ja is 22. That was a crazy move.
He's had a terrific season when he was healthy. Morant flips it up, shot no good. Clark
I'm trying to see how this play developed. What the hell is going on here? They're at a double screen with Wiggins in the middle. So Clay is ready to pick up if he goes left. Kevon Looney's ready to pick up if he goes right. He chose right, so Kevon picks that up. He plays incredible defense on that. This game was an anomaly. Still just letting him shoot. That could have been a foul.
looking to set up Jackson again. Step back, jump shot, Ja Morant. Well short.
And this is why you let Ja Morant shoot.
Set up Jackson again. Step back, jump shot, Ja Morant. Well short. Jackson trying to save it through the legs. Morant gets inside.
Oh my god, he ran into a forest. GP2 is on his right. Jordan Poole is ready to help off of Tyus. And then Otto Porter is just in the middle of the zone, ready to meet him at the rim, which he does. And then Gary Payton comes over and blocks him from behind. Letting him shoot. He thought he missed it. That shows you how much confidence he has in that shot, or in that particular shot. So that was his last made three. There's 421 of you in here right now. Okay. Thank you for coming out. I have no idea how I'm going to edit all of this down into like a 10-15 minute video, but I'll figure it out. Letting him shoot again. You can see like the same thing with the Minnesota series. His shot attempts in the paint are very limited.
Porter's got 4 assists and 8 rebounds. Golden State by 3. Morant, the three-pointer, in and out. That one rattled in and out of the rim as Curry comes the other way. Morant looking.
This time they just straight up send 2 at him. Curry is guarding the he's guarding the handoff. And then they have Andrew Wiggins and Gary Payton. Kevon Looney is recovering back to Jaren Jackson. Gary Payton knocks the ball away. And they're still kind of loading up on him. Jordan Poole kind of steps in to just kind of bother him a little bit. Steph is here. Wiggins is here ready to help. Which he doesn't need to because Gary Payton. That was good defense. That was just a better shot. Job's not finished. And then transition. That's where he's best. Grizzlies in 5. All right. He knocked over Brendan Clark. They're playing. Who is this? Brendan Clark. They do switch on that. Klay Thompson picks him up. He plays spectacular defense, but that's just Ja Morant making those freaking spin floaters again. Dre podcast. Did he already upload it? I know that he was recording it. What? I'm still trying to figure out what happened here. Did he just fall? Yeah, he just fell because he was trying to lay this up for whatever reason. And that was the out of bounds call. And this was the Wardell play on an island. He first tips the gather with his right hand, so that messes him up, and then he knocks the ball away with his left hand. That was like some Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala type stuff. And this was the play that won the game. This was kind of similar. No, it wasn't. Because in the game that Memphis went, in game 5, Memphis just handed the ball to Ja Morant because Anthony Edwards just lost him. But they still, it's a play for a Ja Morant downhill layup. Klay Thompson plays more spectacular defense. I think he actually might have gotten a piece of it. Yeah, I think he got a piece of it actually. And he misses. And those are Ja Morant's 31 field goal attempts. 14 for 31, 34 points. And they used to say Curry is a defensive liability. He's gotten better this year. Desmond Bane was the X factor coming into this game because obviously he's been the best player on the team. He was 1 for 5 on threes. That's not really a good contest against someone like Desmond Bane, but you live with that miss. Is this the play where he... No, it saysn't. Like, he was getting decent looks, he just wasn't making them. Like, that's a good look. That you should make that. Ja has 10,900 tweets while he has 300. You realize that Ja Morant has had a Twitter since, like, I don't know, like 5-6 years before he came into the league, right? So that doesn't really make sense. Who remembers people doubting Clay's return? Bane looked hurt. Oh yeah, he did have something going on like towards the end of the game. I still don't know what or when it actually happened. That's something that just can't happen. You can't get that off balance from like that little bit of contact. This is good defense by Klay Thompson. He tipped the ball on the release. What are your playoff predictions? I say Warriors in either 5 or 6. I say Suns in probably 5 or 6 as well. And Bucks in 6. Bucks in 6, and then Heat. What is that series? Heat and Golden State long term looking good. Yeah. There's more great defense on Ja Morant by Klay Thompson. That was also good defense by Jordan. Or is that Steph? Oh yeah, it's Steph. That's a good contest. Wish the Warriors just get the rebound sometimes. Yeah. I mean, we weren't getting crazy, like crazily out rebounded, but oh yeah, 76ers. The Heat are winning that series because Joel Embiid is, yeah. And if you're new to this channel, I do not trust James Harden in the playoffs, so the Heat are winning that series probably in 5. What do you have in a Suns Golden State Western Conference Finals? Probably either the same as this series, either Warriors in 5 or 6. Because we played the Suns well all season, even without half of our team in some of the games when they were playing everybody. Now, you can make the argument that regular season doesn't really matter. For us, it kind of does, because a lot of people that are saying, oh, the so-and-so was, had this record against y'all in the regular season. Okay. That was just with Steph on the floor, or sometimes not even with Steph on the floor. Like, Phoenix beat us by 1 possession without Stephen Curry. So I think regular season matchups do matter, but just in certain situations. Wow, that was his last shot. 9:39 in the third quarter. That's crazy. Jordan Poole was dotting. That was a great give and go. A great 2-man game, I should say. Running Draymond pick and rolls with Jordan Poole now. That was a good left-handed pass. What's your favorite team? Milwaukee. All right.
Morant tries another 3. That one hits the front of the rim. Pass deflected or shot deflected, and here comes Wiggins. Back to Curry. Up top Poole. Curry's got it. Corner 3. It's good, and Golden State regains the lead.
When Steph hit that shot, I was like, all right, yeah, these dudes are in trouble. Give that poverty franchise no life. Like, look at this pass. Like, the second Draymond Green went out, we were very disciplined. And, like, very calculated with every single pass that we made. Thoughts on the playoffs? The playoffs have been incredible. Bang! That jump ball at the end was atrocious. Oh, man. Do we... they can't even... Damn. Do we dare look at these fouls? Do we dare look at these fouls? No, I'm not even gonna... Josh sucks. Alright, we not going that far. I mean, I'm being toxic this series, as anybody on Twitch and Twitter will see, but I'm not going that far. Thoughts on... Wait. Oh, you said... Oh, yeah, Pelicans. They got a team over there. Like, if Zion or whenever Zion decides to play, that team is gonna be very, very tough. Wait, no way is Draymond's podcast out already. If the Warriors had DeJounte Murray, we would sweep Memphis. Okay. That's kind of crazy. Wait, Bane is hurt?